What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. Today I'm gonna show you top 5+ game mechanics in Rise of Kingdoms that do not work in Call of Dragons. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel for more Call of Dragons content, turn on the bell notification and never miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, leave some comments down below. Let's get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Call of Dragons is a similar game to Rise of Kingdoms because they have the same game mechanics. However, there are so many things that are different, and today we're gonna check them out. First of all, this one right here is my Rise of Kingdoms account. I am VIP 15, and let me show you the heroes that I have in the game so far. Now, I have a few heroes that have been expertised already. These are the legendary heroes that I have expertised. Everybody else are at some decent level. Now, the first thing we're going to check out in the game is going to be known as the Barbarian Chaining. Barbarian Chaining is available in Rise of Kingdoms, however, it's not available in Call of Dragons. So let's see what this is all about. In Rise of Kingdoms, to do Barbarian Chaining, you bring out Richard I, and then you put someone like YSG behind. Now, YSG has a crazy area of effect. He can hit up to 5 enemy troops on the map. Now, when you do this system, you're gonna be fighting these barbarians on the map right here, this barbarian. So you start chaining this one, and then you chain the next one, and you just keep on going depending on your skill level. You're only gonna get charged action points for one barbarian, and you get all of this good stuff when you do this system. Some people have become so expert that they just chain more than 20 barbarians on the map. This is going to give you some good value in Rise of Kingdoms. When it comes to Call of Dragons, Barbarian Chaining is not possible. In Call of Dragons, the heroes do not have a massive area of effect like the ones in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, the heroes in Call of Dragons are kind of unique. Their style of fighting is a little bit different with Call of Dragons because of the different range, the different performance of the different heroes in the game. Now, in Call of Dragons, every time you attack a Darkling on the map, these Darklings are basically barbarians in Rise of Kingdoms. So every time you attack a Darkling, you're gonna get charged command points, which is action points. Therefore, let's say you're fighting this Darkling, and then you hit this one with area of effect. You're gonna get charged command points for the second one as well. In Rise of Kingdoms, you do not get charged. This has made it impossible to do Darkling chaining in Call of Dragons. It is not possible. And since we have season reset in this game, your heroes are not gonna be very powerful enough to chain like a bunch of different Darklings on the map. It's gonna take you a long time to get your heroes to level 60. Therefore, Barbarian Chaining works in Rise of Kingdoms. It does not work in Call of Dragons. Game mechanics number 2, that is going to be both different for Call of Dragons and Rise of Kingdoms, is gonna be hero investment or commander investment. Let us begin with Rise of Kingdoms. In Rise of Kingdoms, you save all your legendary commander sculptures and then use them on the pairings that you're going to use in the open field. You don't need to work on many. All you have to do is just get 5 marches and you're good to go. There are so many legendary heroes in Rise of Kingdoms. However, you only invest in 5 marches that you're going to use. On the contrary, when it comes to Call of Dragons, it's going to be a whole nother story. In Call of Dragons, there is this system known as the stamina. Now, with the stamina, when you fight with your heroes like 10 times in the open field, they're gonna run out of stamina and you're gonna have to wait for a very long time before you can use them again. This has made it impossible for people here to invest in just like 5 marches. In Call of Dragons, you're gonna need every single hero to fight in the open field. Now, I have gone through 3 season resets and we have been fighting with these gathering heroes because we ran out of stamina from all the heroes that you see here. Which is why in Call of Dragons, you have to send all of your legendary heroes to a configuration of 5-1-1-1. Even if it means using your universal hero tokens, you have to do it. Now, the investment process here is going to be different from Rise of Kingdoms. In Season 1, you're not going to feel the effect of stamina because you're new. Once you get through your first season reset, everybody is trying to crush you from day 1. And if you don't have the heroes, you're just gonna watch your alliance get destroyed one by one. Game mechanics number 3 is gonna be troop specialization. And as usual, we begin with Rise of Kingdoms. In Rise of Kingdoms, you have 3 special troop types for fighting in the open field. You have the infantry, you have the cavalry, and then you have the archers. Now in Rise of Kingdoms, everybody will kind of invest like a single troop type and just go with it. That's pretty much all you have to do. You have the infantry gang, you have the cavalry gang, and you have the archer gang. Also in Rise of Kingdoms, when you go check out your items, you can only invest in the items that you want to invest for the troop type that you have. I personally am kind of infantry in Call of Dragons. In Rise of Kingdoms. All my equipment here are mostly related to infantry. When it comes to Call of Dragons, you cannot invest in a single troop type unless you want to get destroyed in the open field. Now in Call of Dragons, there are like 5 different troop types that you need for the open field. You have the archers, you have the flying units, you have your cavalry, you have infantry, and you have the magic. Now the infantry are going to be the mid shield in the game. They are going to just tank in the open field. They don't do a lot of damage. You cannot just focus on infantry. You have your cavalry who can like run fast, give you some good damage. You have your magic who dominate the open field because of their range and area of effect. You have the archers who deal the most damage, but they are very weak in defense and their attack range is also not that great. Therefore, in Call of Dragons, you cannot just invest in a single troop type. You're going to need to invest in all the troop types to get stronger. When you go to your technology, you're going to have to work on this different technology here to boost your fighting in the open field. Game mechanic number 4, that is going to be both different for Call of Dragons and Rise of Kingdoms, is going to be the Murderball types. Now in Rise of Kingdoms, people usually use just a circular Murderball when they go fight. There is no strategy to it really. You just group yourself together and then you push the enemy as much as you want. Now that is not going to work in Call of Dragons. In Call of Dragons, you can create a Murderball, but it does not have to be in a circular shape. Everybody needs to spread out. That way they don't take area of effect damage. The artifacts in Call of Dragons can do some crazy area of effect. You guys don't want to be grouped together. Instead, you can form different shapes. Now you can attack your enemy in kind of like a C shape, an L shape. Different kind of shapes is going to give you good victory. Now I cannot wait to see all the different formations that different alliances are going to do in the future. As of right now, the Call of Dragons is still new. People are just discovering it. But in the future, I believe well-organized alliances will come with different kind of shapes to destroy their enemies. We're going to be seeing a vertical Murderball formation, and then you have cavalry running from the other side to block off all the exits. You have infantry Murderball in front, and then archer Murderball on the other side. This is going to be so much fun in the future. Game mechanics number 5 is going to be how to invest in all the different buffs you get from the technology. We're going to be talking about attack, defense, and health. When it comes to Rise of Kingdoms, you value health more than everything. So you value health, and then you value defense, and then in last place, you value the attack. Now when it comes to Call of Dragons, it's a different story. In Call of Dragons, because of the different troop types and all the different fighting ranges, you are going to value attack first, and then either defense and HP comes in second. Most of the time when you fight in the field, you're going to be having infantry tanks to tank everything for you. Therefore, for your archers and everybody else, you're going to have to focus on your attack to get you stronger and make you do more damage. You don't care about your defense because you have your tanks absorbing all of the damage. This is another game mechanic that is different for both games. A quick summary: in Rise of Kingdoms, you go after the health first, and then defense, and then attack in last place. In Call of Dragons, you value attack more than everything because you're gonna need it. When you have your tanks in front, you just use your archers and mages to do the damage, and your cavalry as well. Game mechanics number 6, that's gonna be different for both Rise of Kingdoms and Call of Dragons, is gonna be hero token investment or commander sculpture investment. I decided to save this topic for last because we gotta talk about some stuff in the game. Now some of the things I'm gonna be saying are going to be hypothetical. Take it with a grain of salt. But from the looks of it, everything that I'm gonna say might happen. So let's get into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in Rise of Kingdoms, you usually save all your commander sculptures That way you can invest in a particular hero in the future. As of right now, I am VIP 15 in Call of Dragons and I have 523 Legendary Commander Sculpture. So basically, I'm gonna save this and then use them on the specific heroes that I want. I'm gonna invest them on a march that I wanna use on the open field. Now my plan was to max out Nevsky, but it seems like I wanna save it for a new generation commander here in Rise of Kingdoms. You save your commander tokens or commander sculptures, that is all you have to do. When it comes to Call of Dragons, it's going to be a different story. And like I said before guys, everything I say might be incorrect or it might be 100% correct. I'm gonna just help you prepare for the future to see what's gonna happen. So let us get into it. In Call of Dragons, the heroes tokens are classified according to seasons. So let me scroll down. As of right now, what we have here is a Season 1 custom token. Now this simply means this custom token for Season 1 is only going to be useful on Generation 1 heroes in the game. Your Season 1 custom tokens is going to be useful on Season 1 heroes. Now when you enter the real Season 2, not the Season 1 Plus, I mean the real Season 2, when the game developers design a new map, they are going to introduce new legendary heroes, new generation heroes. And those new generation heroes are going to require a Season 2 custom token. Your Season 1 custom token is not going to work on a Season 2 hero. Now you're not going to lose this Season 1 custom token. It's going to remain with you. However, you can only use it on Generation 1 commanders in the game. Now I could be mistaken about it, but from the looks of it, this is what's going to happen. I feel like the game developers are going to do it this way to maintain a game balance. Call of Dragons is a game where every season you do a season reset and you want everyone to start from scratch. If the game developers don't put this system in place and then everybody are just gonna save these tokens and then use them on later generation heroes. Now they don't want to do that. That is why they have labeled all the tokens according to seasons. There is a second type of token in the game right here. Now this is the universal token that I believe is going to work for every single hero in the game. And the game developers have made it so that you cannot get these tokens very easily, the universal one. Now where can you get the universal tokens? Let's check them out. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 legendary heroes in Call of Dragons. This means when you open these 12 heroes, you're gonna get 12 bundles to buy, which is going to give you 120 universal tokens that you can use on a new hero that shows up. However, the one labeled according to the season is not going to work for a new generation hero that show up in the game. Now when we go to the VIP section, you're going to see that you're also locked. You cannot save these tokens because they don't want you to save it for a new generation hero. So every season you're going to be using it for a hero that is in that season. And when you hit the store and you scroll down as well, where is it? Now we have here, these tokens are also classified according to the season. Now let's say you enter Season 2. This token is going to be classified as S2 custom token. Now a Season 2 custom token can be used to upgrade a Season 1 hero. However, a Season 1 custom token will not be useful on a Season 2 hero. Now let me click one hero here. Let's click on Madeline for instance. Go to her skills. So when we hit the token over here, Madeline is a Season 1 hero. So this is what you're gonna see. When Season 2 comes out, I think this legendary area is going to expand and we're gonna have S2 token show up here as well. And you can use the S2 on Season 1 heroes. However, when you check out a Season 2 hero, your Season 1 custom token will not show up for you to upgrade them. You're gonna get access to the universal one, but the Season 1 custom token will not work for your Season 2 heroes. Now to clarify something before you even ask, let me just answer it before you ask it down below. So you're gonna be like, what's gonna happen to my Season 1 custom token if I don't use it and I enter Season 2? This one is going to remain with you. However, you can only use it on your first generation hero. You can keep it as much as you want. Now what I recommend for you to do is save your Season 1 custom token and then wait and see what happens in Season 2. If you cannot use them for Season 2 heroes, you should then invest them on the heroes that you want. And the best 2 heroes you can invest them on is going to be number 1 Madeline and then number 2 Kinara. Madeline, you can use her to protect your wall. You can use her at the beginning of every season to level up your hero. You can use her as a tank pretty much everywhere. The most useful hero in the game. With Kinara, you're going to use her for Behemoth, and in the open field she's okay. She's going to get targeted and destroyed. However, Madeline will be the best value to take your legendary hero tokens. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is everything that I think is going to happen with the legendary hero tokens in the game. In Call of Dragons, you save up your tokens and then you invest in later generation heroes. In Rise of Kingdoms, you save up your tokens and you invest in later generation heroes. In Call of Dragons, your tokens are going to be classified according to season. You can only use it for that season. Now, the universal one, you can use it for later generation as well. Now, I'm going to make another disclaimer. Everything I just said could be wrong, could be incorrect. Just take it with a grain of salt. However, I feel like this is something that's going to happen in the game. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, share the video with your friends, leave some comments down below. And until then, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.